Everybody, Ralph Havens here, Autoimmune Answers. And this morning's session, yesterday we picked up Jen's mom, Grandma T. She's in town for a couple of weeks. She always seems to come when we end up having a big project. And so she had scheduled this, of course, many, many weeks before, months probably before. But we were wondering, Jen was wondering, wow, we don't have any big projects, And then we got our offer on our house, and we accepted it, and we're going to be gone from here in 3 weeks, and so she's here to help us do that, so Jen can be freed up to get all that stuff organized out for us. She's our organizer and the one that tells us the plan. And when we were driving Grandma T back from the airport to our house, we told her about when I was mowing the lawn yesterday. And all of a sudden, it was kind of mowing a little funny. There was parts that it was missing. And so when I finished, I had to go over it many times to get it done. I was walking back and across the lawn, and I noticed a big blade laying in the grass with a bolt. And I'm like, whoa, no wonder. So we figured out how to do it, to lock the brake on the mower and tilt it up. Me, Jen, and Ben, we all pushed it up, and there it was up like that. And of course we didn't have the key in there because we didn't want it to turn on. And it was real simple. We put the blade on and we put the bolt on, and then it was good to go. And so we were driving back with Grandma T yesterday, and she's former ER nurse, former cardiac nurse, all sorts of stuff like that. And so she's seeing stuff. And she said, oh my goodness, you got to take the spark plug wire off of the spark plug. And I thought, oh, come on, that's just like no big deal. We had the key out. I thought when they told you to do that in all the videos, when you work on your lawnmower to of course, take the key out and take the spark plug thing off so you don't have a spark. And she goes, oh no, she saw somebody once that they had the key out, but for some reason, when they started to spin the blade, it went whoop, and cut them really bad. And so one of the most important words, I think, is because. Because when you know why you're doing something, it'll stick, and you're like, oh, I'm going to do this. And so before when I saw all these videos of how to repair a lawnmower and how to do stuff, I'd always seen take the spark plug cover thing off so there's no spark possible there. And I thought it was just a double protection to make sure just in case you didn't take the key out or some kind of weird thing like that. But no, it can like spin the blade real quick, even if the key's out. And so so I learned a very powerful because, like, you got to do this because. And so it's one of the things that when I was I learned something in the last couple of years that that was one of those kind of things that I finally got, and it was how to access the infinite, is what you'd call it, God. How to do that thing that has been said, be still and know that I am God. And I had missed it for many, 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 many years, even though many of my teachers, now looking back, had told me exactly what to do, but they didn't use a because. And so a couple of years ago, one of my coaches, one of my teachers, told me a story about how he had a lot of problems making money and getting his work out to the world and doing stuff in a big way, and nobody trusted him. Nobody did, bought his stuff. The ones that didn't show up much, and he was just doing lots of free stuff, but that didn't seem to change a lot of people because they didn't come back, and even the free stuff. And he was like, what's going on? So he found something, and he found a way to clear deep, deep, deep inner stuff, inner game stuff, inner beliefs, inner stuff that's in the way of abundance. And then he told a story about how now he makes $5 million a year. And more important than that, or just as important as that, it's important to make money, so you can take care of your family the way you want to take care of your family, so you can live the way you want to live, so you can get on a plane and go take a class or go do something big in the world. It's important to make money, right? And so he told this story of this is the thing he used. And so it kind of made me go, that's interesting. he cleared inner game stuff and he got abundant. And so I started doing it a couple years ago, and it was really cool. It solved a lot of stuff for me and Jen and gave us a way to really clear stuff. And so it's what I put in the Enlighten Up and Get What You Want masterclass, because I took so many notes and then did this course with many people over the years to help people connect to that source energy, what you really are. So it's really interesting, as I've been doing so much Qigong and so much matrix energetics, there's something that all my teachers have been saying, and it's something that I missed for so many years. And like one of my teachers says, don't turn this thing that we're teaching you into a technique, like some kind of thing that you do to fix something or get a result, like getting healthy or getting abundant or, shifting stuff so you're happy. Don't turn it into a technique, although there was lots of techniques. So what does that mean? And another teacher said, notice what you notice. Like, seems simple enough, but really, what are you noticing? And why would it be important to notice what you notice? And it's because when you don't turn something into a technique, when you notice what you notice, and you turn everything into Qigong, everything into matrix energetics, everything into this way of being still and noticing what you notice. Be still and notice I am God. When you turn everything into this thing, then everything becomes this thing that that becomes an opportunity to experience whatever that is. And our mind tries to make it something that you have to make sense of, and then puts a story behind it, and then says, oh yeah, it's a technique like this that I use, I already know this. And so our mind can really take us away from, like another one of my teachers says, just shut up and listen. He actually said that, just shut up and listen. And he's somebody that died and had a near-death experience and came back. And because I asked him at one point, what's the most important thing? He said, just shut up and listen. It's like, okay. He said it with a big smile. So, but how do you do that? And can you do that throughout the day? And how would you do that throughout the day when you got all sorts of stuff to do? Or when you're doing a bunch of Qigong exercises, or doing what you think matrix energetics is. So there's a way to play like this. It's been really cool. It starts to really give us access. And the reason it's important is for many reasons. One is to access that and to be still and know that I am God kind of thing. But the other thing is then, like one of my teachers says, one of my teachers says that where the mind goes, energy flows. Where attention goes, by the time you notice, it's done. And so one of the cool things is this is useful when you play like this, when you notice what you notice, when you do it in a certain way, very specifically, because then you can have tangible results. You can direct your attention and have a tangible result in the physical world, like in your health, or your abundance, or your love, or your happiness. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, you've probably been doing versions of all sorts of stuff to look for how to find the truth and how to be happy and how to get rid of anxiety and how to get healthy and how to make money and how to do it in a spiritual way and how to let go of beliefs and how to live a good life. You probably already do this. Now, if you want a very specific way that I've found that's beyond techniques, so it's not a technique, then what you can do is go and grab it. I've got a lot of ways, many ways to do this actually. But if you go to ralphhavens.com/enlighten up, you can get a couple of PDFs to describe it, and also an hour-long video session that I did live with the group, where we did this. We actually did this one for helping people with their abundance, with their money, with their business. So you can grab that there, ralphhavens.com/enlighten up. And you can also go to ralphhavens.com/end anxiety forever. Because one of my things was I had a lot of anxiety that was in my way. It was stopping me from getting stuff in the world. And I learned how to shift it. And I wrote it all up and put it into an ebook. And you can get that for free. I'll give it to you for free. ralphhavens.com/end anxiety forever. I also have full courses and trainings, and people can see me one-on-one, all sorts of stuff like that. But what I'm talking about right now is a way to go look for yourself and connect to whatever that is, what you truly are. What am I? You know, that be still and know that I am God. So give that a go. Let me know what you think. Try it, and go ahead and click subscribe. Click the little bell icon, and then you get notified when I do these videos, and share this if you'd like. So, you know, as we're getting ready to move, I get so nostalgic. This area right here outside, this is where Jen and I slept for a year while we fixed up our house and spent $150,000 or so to fix it up, and made it a really, really, really good house. And it feels great. The energy here is great. Our neighbors across the way are great. It's like, you know, I'm very grateful. But it's time to move on, and we don't know where we're going, but we'll find out. So hope you join us, and I'll see you all soon. All right, bye now. Let's get out there and live. Let's really live.